go. YouTube's being crazy. Make sure we've got plenty of light. That should be better. Hi, Dawn. Oh, we're gonna play with some bubbles. I wanted to, and I was gonna do it anyway. I thought I might as well just go live and hang out. I wish I can get my light situated here. It's really kind of annoying. I wonder if it's this thing that's causing the problem. Hang tight. It might be this lighted cabinet. It might be too much light on that side. Wyatt, dude. Unplug it and see if that's better. That's a little better. Not a lot, but a little. It's really dark right here. Don't worry about Duke. Yeah, I'm dirty. I scrubbed best I could, but I played with this yesterday and whew. Let me try moving this light up here. Moving this over here. I think it has to do with my new fluorescent LED light. Thing is a pain. Hey, Melissa. So I've got a little bit of water here. It's warm. Duke, shut up. Hang on, I'm going to shut my door. He's upset because Mike went to the store. How dare he? Hi, Pam. So yesterday I did a bunch of backgrounds that I'd already done. Check this one out. This is so cool. So I saw a lady from 49 Dragonflies. Her name's Barbara. And she was doing this with coffee and soap bubbles. And I did some with coffee, and some of them I like, and some of them I'm not crazy about. I think this one was done with coffee. This was done with plain bubbles on a ink blended, or an ink sprayed, that specialty stamping paper. It's the bubbles slide on it. It's weird. Duke is upset because Mike went to the store. And he doesn't like to be alone, but he can't be in the craft room. So I don't let animals in here. I let him come in my office with me when I'm working sometimes when Mike leaves, because I can't have him yelling like that while I'm working. I thought about using my reinkers, but it really takes quite a lot. But what I do have is I've got my color bursts and stuff, and they're really, really concentrated color. This one the background was done with Technique Junkie's, it's this Shimmering Bliss, couple different colors. And it kind of came out cool with the mica, and I've got my micas out just to see. We're gonna start with plain bubbles though, and move on from there. And the ones I don't like, I throw them in my cut for other stuff pile. And I do like to use watercolor paper. I know, right? He doesn't speak English anymore, doesn't speak dog anymore, since he seems to have kind of lost his hearing. Let me just pull this down a little bit. So I've got my water, and you'll see my head in this quite a lot probably. And there's only maybe a quarter cup of water in there, and I am going to douse the heck out of it with soap. Like almost half and half. I made Mike go buy me the cheapest dish soap he could find. And he's good at finding cheap things. So the soap's kind of orange looking, and I'm just stirring it up. I'm going to let that sit for a minute, and I'm going to see. I'm going to take a paper here, and I'm going to grab oxide. Let's try let's try some wild honey and see what we get. I know. If he starts doing that while I'm on the phone with a customer, I have to, why did I grab the wrong color? I don't know what's wrong with me. I have to explain to him that no, we're not killing our dog. There, that's more like it. And I'm gonna put pretty heavy coating on here. And notice my piece of paper is bigger than normal. That's because I get the 9x12 watercolor paper. And cut it in quarters. All right, so plain bubbles. Let's see if I can keep my head out of here. See, it doesn't like to stick real well. Ugh, I don't want to get soap in my mouth. So I kind of force it on there. Ooh, that's cool with that drippy. I'll take a little, the little tiny bubbles are so cool. And you can see, other than the fact that I have made a mess, because this is the laboratory. See how it, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's dark around where the bubbles are. And I don't do anything with it because I don't want them to move. Otherwise they'll get kind of a jumpy effect, and that's not what I want. So I just kind of let the bubbles sort of start popping on their own. And they will. Give it a little blow. And then I could take my straw, stick it in my bubbles. And add some more of those little bubbles. But the fun part is this, and if you have kids, they're really gonna love it. When they start getting like this, all I do is I blow them off. See, I blew those off too soon. And now I can dry and continue. I like how some of the oxides change color, you know, quite a bit when you oxidize them. Let's grab a paper towel. Isn't that neat? So I like to take somebody's idea and kick it up a notch to see what happens. So let's go ahead and stir this up again. Make a really tall tower. See if I can get these to come on here. Woo-hee, messy. Oh yes, I want those tiny ones. Those little ones are the best. You know what? I think I will put a paper towel under this. I think that would be helpful. See, they just start popping on their own. Now, the way that Barbara was doing it is she's dipping the paper into the coffee bubbles, and that's fine, but I'm looking to get, you know, special effects here. especially want to leave these alone. In fact, I think I'm just going to set this aside and we'll do a new color. Let's do a brown. Let's do burlap. Frayed burlap. What's cool too is, oh, let me show you. I started a journal page because I couldn't stand to cover up the back side. Just gotta find it here. So this was a bubble one, right? But wait till you see. Look at the back side. How could I cover that? That's gorgeous. So I decided to make it a journaling card so that you could journal on that side. All right, frayed burlap. These one I think are ready to be blown. So again, I'm just gonna let it sit some more. And the reason it got that way is because I had let the bubbles come up around the other side. I knew I'd get that out somehow. I'm gonna go ahead and just go ink to paper on this one. Make life a lot faster. I hate doing this when I don't have re-inkers though. But the wetter the ink, the cooler the effect. Away. All right, let's move this where you guys can see it. Oh, I love this. Look at the amazing colors that's turning when it's all oxidized. Oh. It is a waiting game, but it gets really, really addictive. So we're gonna, next I'm gonna throw some color in there. And I want to do sort of, you know, I want to make sure the colors are either complementary or coordinating because I don't want, I got some weird effects doing, well, for instance, let me find it here. This, I colored this in Kish Flamingo and I had blue ink in there. It came out okay, but yeah. See the tiny little bubbles on there? I'm just gonna let that completely dry. Yeah, absolutely, it's a blast. I was gonna buy some, you know, kids' bubbles and see if, you know, I could kind of get the same effect, but I didn't. This is just gorgeous. It looks like cobblestone, and I love how the tiny bubbles build up in. See, when they start to pop and move around too, it's a trip. All right, let's set this just over here. And you see how I've got this? And let's go ahead and dip that in there. Why not? How fun. Okay. All right, let's do, okay. So I have olive green, I have burnt sienna, I have violet and brilliant red. Once I color this though, I'm stuck with it, so I have to be happy with my choice. I feel like burnt sienna. Yeah, I did try that actually. Let's try it some more. Let's make some more bubbles on this one. Where's my straw? It kind of pops the bubbles. So I'm going to put some right in these bubbles. I'm going to put quite a bit. So this is the burnt sienna. It's the color I'm committed to now. Mix it up real well. It's kind of an orangish red. Now these I don't want to blow off because I don't want to blow that ink anywhere, or that color burst. Okay. I don't think that the bubbles really color very much. Now I wonder what would happen if I put a little bit of glycerin in there, because I'm pretty sure that kids' bubbles have glycerin in them to help them stay alive longer. I don't know. I wonder how much glycerin. Okay. And then I was thinking, so we tried this on this. We'll see how that pans out here in a minute. Let's do it on a freshly oxidized or oxided piece of paper. So we know that's burnt sienna, so we know that I've got to do something that will. Let's do speckled egg. A teaspoon. See what happens with speckled egg. I'm getting low on that one. I think I have a re-inker for that. I really want these small bubbles. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, I did put some in my bubbles yesterday, but I don't know if it made a difference or not. It is a messy, messy project. That's why we're in the lab. See, this is interesting how it's moving around on that. It's oozing. Same paper, same ink. Maybe it's because I'm breathing on it. Let me see here. Where did I put my glycerin? You're fine, Duke. This one doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. At all. Weird. See, when the bubbles get really, really clear like that and they stop moving, you can blow them off. These look like little spider webs. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to leave any color behind or what it's going to do. Well, you sure get bigger bubbles that way. Yeah. Woo! Let's see what happens there. That would be the glycerin, but see, even as much powder as I put in there, I really didn't get a lot of color. So think about how much re-inker you're going to have to put in. I don't want to waste my re-inker. I like this effect, but not that much. Let's get some more. Yeah, see, if you try to drip it on, it just pops the bubbles. Okay. If that's going to be the case, then let's get some water on there. It might be. I do have some liquid color too, and let's see here. I've got this similar color here. Rich coral. You know, they just got to childproof these things so you can't pour some out. I got these on clearance from Tonic Studios. Get my little baby channel locks. Pull that out. Yeah. Not gonna fool me here. I don't know how good this color is. I haven't even played with it. I just bought it because it was like 50 cents. All right, let's see what happens here. Let's just dump all that off because it did nothing. Well, I mean, it gave it a little bit, but now that's pretty concentrated. Oh, look. Look what I can do. Get off there. I especially love the tiny bubbles in the wine. Definitely got a lot more color out of the liquid color. You were right, Pam. All right, so what's gonna happen? I'm gonna move this over here real quick and take a dryer to this other one. I'm wondering what happens if you pour some mica on top of it, some mica flakes. Because the mica that I have is designed for soap makers. Let's see what happens if I just do it on a dry, plain piece of watercolor. Let's just leave it in that one spot. Let's see here. Okay. I'll do this maple mica. I wish I had a... Oh, I know what'll work. Because I want it to really lightly fall. I'll dip a paintbrush in there. Nope, it pops it immediately. Boo! See what happens now. I can see the mica, like, I don't know, just moving the slightest bit. I haven't found really a wonderful use for this mica yet. I don't make soap. I might want to, though. It might be fun. This one, I think we got just a blob of a mess. I'm gonna let it dry though and see what happens. Oh, look what's happening. Can you see what's happening right there? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to touch you. You are very, very touchy. It's moving the mica. That's a trip. But it's not making any sort of pattern because it's just white paper. But it's moving as this little shoreline moves back, little tide ebbs. It leaves a trail of the mica. Now that's a trip. I have to see what happens next. I can say I'm not super crazy about the color. I love red, but this is, I don't know, weird. Let's see if I can make that shoreline move a little more. That's cool. Well, that's fun to watch if nothing else. Okay, so maybe put the mica on top of the paper. I'm not really getting a lot of like the bubble effects. You see that though? Every time it stops and then I move it again, it makes that little wave. So I just came up with an idea to try. I'm playing with these bubbles till I get my Tim Holtz bubble stamp. I'm waiting patiently for Ranger to get it to me. I didn't buy it right off the bat. I didn't buy any of them right off the bat. I like to watch the demos first. Doesn't look like it. Oh, neat. I wish it would see. I wish it would keep those dark spots. What I want is black. I think black would be cool. All right, I'm just gonna set this one aside. Let me move this yellow one. There's the yellow one we did. I may have to take this into the bathroom and clean it out and start with a new color, because I don't think I have another cup in here. So talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Okay, now, do I have a blue? Yes, I do. All right, yeah. Let me, Mike, I told you I was going live. Mike, I'm live right now.
Oh, sorry, bye.
Bye. He's so forgetful. Now, where did I put my channel locks? There they are. Try to do that without splashing everywhere. See, I wouldn't mind, and I think I did that yesterday, but I didn't take the top off of this. Doing a little bit of, I think we get the better effect without the glycerin. I forgot where I was going with that. I have this idea. We'll see how it pans out. After seeing what I just saw, oh, right. I saw your post, Melissa, about the idiot driver. Okay. Boy, I could use that Uncharted Mariner right now. I wonder if, let's try it on the, I'm going to use a regular rag here. Paper towel is kind of useless. I'm going to try it on the rough side. And let's go in with some, well, Salty Ocean. It's harder to get the ink on the rough side like this, but it's gonna go. Now that's kind of wet, so I'm gonna grab one of these magicals. This is Magical Gold. Where'd the rest of my magicals go? I'll do purple. tap it on. Let's see what happens in Dexter's lab. Yeah, sure was, Mac. Yeah, that's Salty Ocean. Yeah, and then in the cup I use this Catalina Splash. So, and then I use this magical mica powder. Here we go. Oops. See, without the glycerin, it makes a smaller plach, plach. I got some in my mouth. What I'm doing is trying to connect the bubbles. All right, let's see what happens. I saw a piece of mica sticking out there. Yeah, I think glycerin is a no. No, Mac, be my guest. I only have one cup, so I can only do one color at a time. Now I can do multiple colors on the background. This one looks weird, doesn't it? So I've got some red on here. I can go ahead and try some blue on here too, but I don't want to disturb this piece just yet. Yes, I know. I thought about that, but I never drink my coffee out of this shape of a cup. I don't like them. It has to be fluted, you know, flared. Oh, that's a good idea, Dawn. We used to have a lot of shot glasses, but they've been broken one by one. There's a little spot right there that the mica didn't melt. See if I can move it around a little. What I'm trying to do is get it to move like that other one did. But it ain't budging. Come on, go, go, gopher. Nope, not gonna budge. Yeah, that's what I'm curious to see too. Let me move this one aside and let's throw some blue in with this red one. Let me move one that's getting close to dry. I'll have to dry all these. I like to run them through my mink. Let's see what happens right here. Theoretically, that should make purple, but it looks like it's making gray. Hi, Shannon. I got a mess here. Oh, yes. Sorry about the arm. I don't want this dripping down underneath my glass mat. I should probably have it protected over here. See how the mica did here, though? That's really stinking cool. That's what I was hoping would happen on that blue one, but it didn't. All right, set this aside. I need a second rag, I think, so I can wipe the bottoms. You know what happens when we drop the mica on top? It pops the bubbles. All right, let's take some heat to that. Didn't really do much at all with that mica. I think I need to do a lighter color. Well, I got a pretty piece of paper anyway. All right, let us try something completely different. Let's try it with ink. Let's get Simon's Remember Me. Go straight to paper. I do have re-inkers for these, so I'm not worried about it. I'm just experimenting, but thanks. I'm just playing around. This is what I do a lot of the times, and I never do it on camera, and then somebody says, oh, can you make a video? And I'm like, okay, but it's kind of boring. Might get something better out of that. Yeah, I actually did a yellow and blue one yesterday. Let's see if I can find it. It came out weird. I don't know why. Must be up here. Yeah, I did mustard seed and then blue. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Yeah, I lost it. I think I cut it up already. Maybe it's in this pile and I missed it. I had no idea where it went. The ink is reacting kind of cool though, versus the oxide. It's not oxidizing, of course. Oh, so for training, Shannon? See what I mean? It's just you have to be patient and wait for the stuff to dry, because if you try to dry it yourself, you lose that effect. I can see in spots where it's turning the paper white. Oops, see what happens if you touch your bubbles though? So it's best to just move it aside. I want some more on here though. See if I can get some this way. Nope, not really. It was long dawn. That Stampscapes went till like 11:30 last night. I think. The heat gun pops the bubbles immediately. And if they pop immediately, it just is water. It's just water spots. And if you do the heat gun near somebody else's bubbles, they pop too. I found that out. You mainly just set the thing aside and go on to the next one. Let me grab another rag. Oh. How could I have tiny bubbles stuck in my head? My grandparents, my grandfather, they loved Hawaii. And when I was a kid growing up, there was a radio station. And they had a radio show called Hawaii Calls. And it was Don Ho. And that would be on at dinner every night. Mike must be home. Now this came out really funky. Like, what? But you know what it's going to be cool as? A bird. So you have to think about those things. All right, let's take the heat tool to this thing, the one that we combined the colors. They didn't really blend. See what happens when you take heat to it? It just makes it wet and makes a blob of water. So that's why you just kind of let it dry on its own and see what happens. And even like on this one, it's really not working. It's kind of working, but kind of not. So if I went and blow most of the moisture off, then I can let it sit and dry some more with those itty bitty bubbles. All right. What next? Okay, this one, nothing really happened to it. All right. Let's put some Brusho on here. Let's make a big mess. This is olive green. This is why I like to do my Brusho. Oh, that's cool. On my, you know, the Dealy Bob. I like this. Now I like this effect. I like what happened there. This thing. In fact, I'll do another one with it. Lightened up quite a bit when it dries. So remember, I have that mica in here too. That's kind of pretty. Kind of like that. Yeah, I really like that. That's cool. All right, let's do play with that. Let's combine some techniques here and see what we get. That's a good idea, Pam. Would it make a texture through a stencil? I don't know. Let's see here if I can figure out. All right, let's do color first. I like to wet my paper on this side. And let me just grab I've got a little thing I like to put it in so I can move everything around. And I'm going to end up getting color on there that I don't want on there if I'm not careful. Okay, we'll get it wet with water. Now sit flat. Thank you. That's what I want. All right, let's get the olive green. The olive green's a trip because look at all the colors you get from it. Let's see here. Whoa. Now that is cool. See, when the bubbles start to pop, I should try not to breathe on it. Part of the problem is I'm breathing on it. Whoa! When they start to pop, it moves it some more. Dried leaf confetti? That sounds good. See, I don't want it to move, so help me think of a way I can contain it so it doesn't move. Hi, Anne. Well, we're in my laboratory, so we don't know what's happening either. We're doing experiments. The cup looks really cool. See, why can't I make, this is what I'm trying to make here, but the paper I think is just too wet. So I'm gonna have to try it on a dry piece of paper. I mean, it is taking and making a really pretty color, that's for sure. Let's move it around a little so I coat the whole piece. Oh, maybe, yeah. I can't think of a thing light enough to sprinkle in there that would. It's sort of fun moving these around though. Okay, I think if I just hold I'm pretty sure our house is not level. See, I want those bubbles to leave that impression in color. I think it's because I have a really wet piece of paper. All right, let me just move this over and let's try it on a dry piece the way I just did. I just want to move it over here. flat surface. Get a dry piece of watercolor. Okay. We'll do the olive green again. This time. Yeah, it was because the paper was wet. Hush, Duke. Oh, good idea, Pam. They're still moving somewhat, which is good because I need them to move some to blend that color of the brusho that I put on there. I think I'm making rust here. Certainly won't let that go to waste. That's pretty colors right there. It's my favorite color combination. You have to be willing to get messy, or come watch me get messy and stay in your nice clean craft room. I don't want to waste this color at all. Okay, put these over here to dry. All right, that's all the dipping I'm doing. I'm running out of places to put wet things. This one's sort of working out. It's sort of leaving the darker impressions. Well, yeah. I mean, the biggest thing is look at my hands. And like those, I have one of those pumice scrubbers from Ranger, but it doesn't get, you can't scrub your cuticle. That hurts. That's why my cuticles are all messed up from trying to scrub them. The bubbles are fun. Hi, Elizabeth. Good morning. Yep, I'm just kind of waiting for them to sort of dry. Now, they don't leave that sharp of an impression once they're dry, really. Hey, Simon. What if I use clear in the white bubbles and drop by drop added color to each bubble? Well, that's the thing. They pop when you do that. Like you try to put anything on them, and see, I've got a little bit of mica on here. It pops them. And it's real super lightweight. And if you pop them, but they basically create more wet. So what I've been doing is just blowing them off. Like that. And you could use probably the bellows thingy. Nope, that moves it. I don't want it to move. It does take out a lot, quite a lot. It does. And yeah, if I'm particularly this bad, I will wash my hair twice and condition. I don't usually put conditioner in my hair, but just to kind of help get that, all that stuff out. Not that I really care, but you know. So what happened when I blew those bubbles is they landed over here, and look what they did. You know what I'm gonna do, Simon? Guess what I'm gonna do? As soon as I get my bubble from Tim Holtz, which should be in the next few days, I can't wait to take that, you know, I can't say it right now, that stamping foam, and put it in the bubble stamp and see what we get. Yeah, so this kind of came out pretty okay. I'm pretty okay with that. I'm still not going to try to dry those little areas because I want them to dry that way. All right. So that was on a white piece of paper with brush show, olive brush show, and the blue bubbles. Let's see here. You know, that just gave me an idea though. Because see, when I blew those, some landed over here, and look how they did. All right, okay. Let's try something new. All right, smooth side. And I kind of wrecked my one that I did with my Tropical Tango, so I want to do that again. I have a great idea, and let's see if it works. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow the bubbles onto another piece of paper and then blow them off onto there. Let's see if that works. Mad scientist time. Okay. Let's do the turquoise brusho. And this isn't brusho, this is Ken Oliver Color Burst. That's probably way more than I need. Ready? Here we go. Come on, get down on there. Woo. Get this out of my way real quick. In the coffee cup is El Cheapo dish soap. We didn't put any, what's that stuff called that I had in the earlier one? This oily stuff, glycerin. This Catalina Splash liquid color that I got for 50 cents on clearance at Tonic Studios, I think. That's it. This is coming out kind of cool. Let's do, oh look, there's some leftover live bubbles on this one still. Nope, they're dead. See how they, once they dry, they kind of form a little bit more of that. All right, so where did I put my Tropical Tango piece? All right, so what I want to do, let me think about how to do this. I just want the little bubbles. Oh, Lord, this is crazy. Y'all. I love the color this is turning, though. Where did I put my... Oh, here's the one we set aside earlier. See, its bubbles are still alive. What if I... Oh, missed. Oh, I can't seem to hit it here. That's not working the way I planned. Not at all. All right. I like the looks of that, though. These little ones right here. What if I... You're fine, Duke. Maybe. I know, see? Just always welcome to come to my lap. All right, I'm going to have to let Duke in here because he's going to drive me nuts. Duke! Duke! Oh, Duke! Duke! Come on, come on. Come on. He can't even hear me. Mike's home, so he'll be fine. He's not, he is sad, but he's also crazy. Maybe I need more soap. Let's go with more soap. Maybe I've lost some of my soap. No, that doesn't work. All right, I have to do this. I know it's going to be cool if I can make it work. See, it's already starting to work right there. Let's try. They just don't like to move very well. Okay, that might work. My spoon, who knows? Here, it's here somewhere, buried. Buried under something. There it is. I only want these little itty bitty ones. It does work. You got the tiniest little, teeny tiny itty bitty. I forgot I added more soap. Yeah, that's gonna take too long. Nobody's gonna want to sit here and do this, even though it's really super cool. See, this way they're not so wet. They have a better chance of creating that pattern. happens when I put a dryer to it. See, I got it right there, but that's about the only spot. The rest are kind of weird. Because that bubble came off of this that had already the... Okay. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to take and put bubble on this. Stir it up so it picks up that color. Maybe. See, it's on my spoon. Okay, let's see what happens. If you could keep the bubbles from popping, the problem is even like everything I've tried to drop on there, the bubbles would pop. This is working. Almost. I'm just mixing them in with this Brusho that has the blue, and see, now I'm getting blue bubbles. Yeah, okay. I almost just spread it like a piece of cake, like cake frosting. All right, let's see what happens. See, if you sprinkle Brusho on top of it, it immediately pops them. Nope, better not try that. Yeah, but I was thinking if I did that stamping foam in the bubble stamp, might make a really cool reverse pattern. All right, now. I'm about to give up. Okay. Liquid drops to a bubble. I mean, I'm happy to try it. La 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 la. I mean, like really carefully. I get it to come out. I think if I had glycerin in here, it would work better trying to do that method. Because the glycerin seemed to make the bubbles like big and a little bit more elastic. I don't think anything really happened here with this one. I mean, we got reaction, but it's not pretty. I need it to be pretty. All right, let's throw some glycerin in here before I give up. I have plenty of this stuff. I never use it. Oh, thanks, Mac. That's sweet. See if I can make a bubble that won't pop. All right, here we go. Come on, you can come out of there. Ah, it jumped off. How funny. Ah, try again. It's hard to get a tiny, tiny drop out of here. Maybe I'll, let's see, where's my tool? Maybe I'll use something else to splash some on. Oh, Duke. Okay, I've got a paintbrush here. Oh. What a trip. It doesn't want to go onto it. It's just going right through. It's going right through. What? How does that happen? Let's see what happens, Jen. You guys. Oh. Ooh, neat. Look, like these teeny tiny bubbles are happy to accept it. Well, they were, until I got too heavy-handed with it. Oh, that looks trippy. I don't know if you can see that. Let me just zoom in real quick. Mike! Mike, I'm doing a live video. Bye. I must have been on here for a really long time. He's obviously not home. Yesterday, no, day before yesterday, cops were at our house. Well, not our house, our neighbor's house. He abandoned his house and left his dog in the house. Yeah, that's exactly right. We're in the laboratory doing science. This bubble is lasting a really long time, by the way. It's still alive. Oh, let me zoom back out here. All right, I'm going to try and get Duke to come in here with me again. Dukey, Duke. Hey, Duke, come on. Come on, Duke. Hey, Duke, come on. You want to come with me? Come on. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. You'll be fine. All right. Got his way. Oh my gosh, I got my glasses so dirty I can't even see out of them. This looks cool. I like the way this looks. All right, so what I want to do is I want to set it aside to dry. Just like that, and I want to work on this one because I'm not happy with the outcome. Now, what did we do that was so exciting? Oh yeah, we had some color burst in there. Oh, I know. I told Mike a long time ago when he's been gone for a long time. I had no idea there was a dog in there. So a black lab dog, real sweet dog too. Used to come in our yard all the time. And the guy ran, because it was the same one that I told you about, remember, with the generator? See, this is what's happening, is I'm spilling it instead of making bubbly. He had his generator on because he hadn't paid his power bill, and it was really loud. It would keep me awake at night. And so apparently he and his wife split up, and she went after him for child support. So he's hiding so he doesn't have to pay child support. Seriously? What a jerk. All right, let's drip this on here. Yeah, see, it's too wet. Too wet. I think it works better when we make a single bubble. Like, blow one into it. Exactly. And whatever, even if they do judge, at least that dog isn't, you know, suffering. Let's set that up like that. Grab another piece of paper and scoop that goodness up. So if I'm blue fingers and on my normal live tomorrow night, you know why. Because it won't come off. So this is turquoise, basically mixed with Simon's Tropical Tango and soap. And this blue, whatever it is. Cool. I can live with that. Let's take this one. This is the one that I did the olive on. We'll just do a little smushing on there. There, that kind of helps out with the, now this is really pretty. Well, there's a spot right there. Let me try to blow a bubble there. It won't do it anymore. Exactly. So anyway, the cops were there because there were 2 other neighborhood dogs in that yard, and somebody called the cops on those dogs saying that the dogs were biting people. Okay. I didn't see him bite anybody, but it is across the street, and I stay to myself. I mind my own dang business. So I told Mike, I said, do the cops know that that dog is in the house? He said, yeah, I told him. But I never saw anybody take that dog out of the house. And maybe he's not in the house anymore. I don't know. We're just, at this point, I'm just flailing here doing stuff. I love blues and greens together too. Yes, it's Mad Scientist Day project. Messing around, just messing around. And I'll use every bit of this, you know, whether I cut it up for flowers or birds or trees or tear it up and put it in a junk journal. It'll all get used. I'm really loving this. I just need it to dry. Where'd my other one go that's still drying? Okay. This one's still drying. I don't even know if putting it in the sun. I don't think you can go out in the sun today. I think it's dangerously hot outside. That's what I think. Yep, I love blue and green combo too. It's probably my favorite. Well, I also love red and orange and red and purple and orange and all colors of the rainbow, so. Hey, Sandy. Oh, Mac, did Mac go? Sorry, I missed you, babe. Love you too. Have a good day. Raining today? Yeah, we don't expect to see any rain anytime soon. The bubbles kind of dry out and they turn into almost webs. Good thing this is watercolor paper, huh? Let me show you what it does on the... You're fine, dude. You're fine. On the... Where is it? The specialty stamping paper. Where did I put it? I don't know where I put it. Gone. It's gone. My nature. Blue stuff. Okay, here we go. That's how you're supposed to do it. Just dip. Like that. Running out of places. Now these bubbles slippy slide around. Oh, I say that and they didn't do it this time. Neat. Those are still too wet. As soon as you take the heat tool to it, though, it goes, just flattens them and turns them into water. So you just be patient and wait. Well, that's it for our Mad Scientist projects today. Looks like Mike's trying to get a hold of me. He was supposed to just go to the store. That was like an hour and a half ago. So he's probably calling to tell me he stopped by XYZ, which is no surprise because that's how it goes. Yeah. I tried salt yesterday. It didn't really work out that well. Let me see here. Look what happened to this one. I don't have any coarse salt though. I just have some, I love the way that happened. See, that's super cool. I love it. The wicking stuff is my favorite part. waiting on that one to dry too. And I'll probably go take a shower and wash my hair a few times, see if I can get this stuff off. Two eyes. Where? Well, thanks, John. And I think some of the ones that I did earlier came out cooler than others. This one came out neat. See, I just barely touched it to the bubbles. And it kept the design because this is that specialty stamping paper. So it's super cool to work with on that. Try it with all kinds of papers, all kinds of mediums. Just spend some time playing like a child. You never know what you're gonna get. Oh, in the corner one I mentioned. Oh yeah, I see that now. Right there. And a little mouth way down here like, oh my God. You guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for supporting my channel and just goofing off. You guys have a good rest of your day. This is my Saturday, so I'm enjoying myself. Have a good one. Bye-bye.